how to invest in NFT technology. This is phenomenal. If you are not in this asset class, you need to stay and hear every minute of it. Specifically, I'm going to talk about how to research NFTs. I'm going to talk about how do you find a broker or an exchange for an NFT. And number three, I'm going to talk about how do you find a marketplace for the NFT that is out, kind of like eBay was to technology when it all started. Let's begin. To do this, I have a 4-part interview. It is with Nathan Johnson, and he is an expert. So let's listen into a pre-recorded interview and his answers, as he is a millionaire at 21 in NFTs. How to invest in NFT technology. So with me today, I have Nathan Johnson. He is a Web 3.0, and here we are on that. I'm going to ask him some questions about that. Social media advertiser and NFT expert. So this is part of a 4-part series. So I'll be asking a variety of questions, and we're going to be educating you. So welcome, Nathan. Thanks for being on my YouTube channel today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So explain a little bit, just in general, kind of your definition of NFTs. Let's start with that.
Yeah, so my definition of NFTs are essentially, they are virtual collectibles. So think basketball cards, sports cards, Pokemon cards, all of these, but now verifiable on the blockchain.
So how does someone research like what's real and what's not real? I've had, a whole variety of clients say, I invested and then got nothing. Talk a little bit how you research.
Yeah, so paying attention to the social medias of whatever project you might be looking into, ensuring that you're on the correct website where you can purchase. There's been a lot of scams going around where it might be something.com and instead people are being directed to something.net. And that's a very common link scam. Just being very, doing your due diligence is huge in crypto. They always say that, and in investing too.
So talk about kind of the upside. What's the potential? I mean, how is somebody that's just listening, right? They've been poking around on my YouTube channel about, how to become a millionaire, and they find this. How would they even begin some research on due diligence in addition to the website?
Yeah, so it really all starts with what you want to invest in. With crypto, I mean, there's NFTs, there's different cryptocurrencies. Each NFT might have a different coin attached to it that you can stake. There might be a video game that you can play associated with the NFT, a card game. So you have to figure out what interests you. And then from there, you might go on Twitter or Instagram, go find these projects there, start doing your research, look at their website, look at their about section, see what they're posting, figure out if it aligns with you and if you want to park your dollars there. And with staking, it's great because you get passive income. If the NFT is going up in value, then it's kind of like a stock where you're getting those capital gains over time. Just be very confident in the team as well. But that's where you start. And then you can also look on platforms like OpenSea, where you can actually purchase the NFTs. Mm-hmm. And all you need for that is a MetaMask or one of the other wallets that's accepted on OpenSea and some other essentially NFT marketplaces. Mm-hmm. And that's all you need.
So I'm going to take you back to talk about the team. You said you got to really have some faith in the team. How do you do due diligence on a team when you're just meeting them, say, out on OpenSea?
Yeah. So on the team, typically NFT projects will have a part of their website that says our team, and it'll give descriptions on who is part of the team, who is the marketer, who are the developers, who is the founder of the project. Most of the time, these people are well known only in the crypto space, but occasionally these people have done previous projects or they're very well known in business as well. We've done a NFT project with like Ty Lopez. He's doing an NFT with one of the companies I'm associated with right now. And we have him as part of the Our Team section. So he has outside credibility. So people know when investing in his NFT probably has a higher likelihood to succeed. So those are things that are very important. Looking them up on social media, maybe even LinkedIn. If they've been associated with a project in the past that has done poorly, then the odds are that their NFT will do poorly as well, the new one they're working on. So you want to be very specific on what you're investing in the NFT space.
So talk a little more then about the actual technology research. If people don't know, obviously OpenSea and MetaMask. And those of you watching, we'll have a link in the channel below where I have a video explaining, actually with Nathan's mom, who's working on a book launch on how to open these wallets. So don't fear out there on that one. We'll create a link below in the notes. But talk about the technology. Is there certain things that they need to avoid that's clearly Ponzi-ish or really not blockchain? How did they do that side of the research, Nathan?
Yeah, so the best way to learn, in my experience, is through just minting collections, which is the word for buying in Web3 is minting. So buying collections, looking on Twitter at how other people are getting scammed and ensuring that you're not doing the same things. There's a lot of fake smart contracts. Smart contracts are essentially, there are contracts or point of sales, but for the blockchain. So instead of swiping your card on a credit card reader, you're sending your Ethereum to the smart contract. And there are a lot of smart contracts that can gain access to your wallet if it's a scam contract, or direct your funds somewhere that you might not know. So it's really important that all smart contracts that you're investing with are audited, which most of the time projects will disclose if their contract's audited or not. And also that they're verified on Etherscan. Etherscan is a huge website. It's essentially Wikipedia or Google for blockchain, where you can look up anybody's wallet and any transaction. So you want to make sure that the contract is verified on Etherscan as well.
Etherscan, interesting. So say more about that, and then I'm going to lead you to talk a little more about the brokerage or the exchange and where they should go.
Yeah, so every NFT has a smart contract associated with it, and these smart contracts can be viewed, as well as wallets, on etherscan.io. And on Etherscan, think of it as the Google for the blockchain. So if you want to look at Mark Cuban's wallet, right, you put on Etherscan maybe markcuban.eth if he has a D and ENS. And if not, if it's just his wallet number, then you would have to find his wallet number. You'd put it into Etherscan and it would pull up with, this is his wallet, this is what he's holding, these are the NFTs he has, the coins that he has. And it also does the same for smart contracts. So if you want to see where your NFT project, let's say you invest in Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is a very mainstream collection. If you want to invest there, you can look at their smart contract and see how they are managing the funds for the project. And a lot of the time, collections will mismanage funds. They'll take all of the sales from secondary, which is the sales that are on OpenSea. Yep. They'll take all that money for themselves rather than investing in the project. So think of it, when you invest in stocks, your way of seeing the balance sheet is on Etherscan instead. So now that's how you see where the money is going. And that's part of the whole due diligence process, is making sure you can understand and read an Etherscan, essentially.
Interesting. We'll have to come back to that again. So talk about the brokerage and the exchange. You talked about MetaMask and OpenSea. What else do we need to know about that? Yeah,
so MetaMask is a wallet and OpenSea is a marketplace. And the marketplaces and the wallets work simultaneously. And they're essentially as one. So if you want to buy an NFT, you go on OpenSea, you connect your MetaMask or Trust wallet or Coinbase wallet, you find an NFT, you click buy, then MetaMask will connect with your OpenSea. OpenSea will send a transaction to your MetaMask. You open up your MetaMask extension in your Chrome browser, you approve the transaction, and OpenSea registers that and will provide you with the NFT directly to your MetaMask wallet that is linked. And that's all done via the smart contract. So after the transaction is done, you can click on the transaction. It'll pull up a Etherscan and it'll show you, this is where it went from, this is where it went to, this was the amount, and this was what was being transferred. It's like a receipt.
Yeah. That's awesome. So we are talking to Nathan Johnson about NFTs and really diving in deep. I'm launching our Make Your Kids Millionaires book launch, powered by an NFT, which is called The Millionaire Lion. So this is part one of a 4-part series we're going to be doing. So stay tuned for part 2, will be coming next. So thank you, Nathan. And again, this is one of 4-part series. Super excited to have him. So make sure you are staying tuned. We're doing these 4 days in a row. But right now, I need you to subscribe to this channel so you don't forget about tomorrow. Click that little bell and make sure you are here. If you know other friends and family members that need to know about it, you need to share it and get them here immediately. And all of you be viewing and watching, and then call each other afterwards, have a conversation about what you're learning and how you want to get started. I have inside of my book launch, How to Make Your Kids Millionaires, a link below. So what I'm doing is a book launch, I'd say powered by an NFT. So I have this beautiful millionaire lions, and you're going to learn all about it when you go to our link. So the link on makeyourkidsmillionaires.com, it's in the notes below. But while you're there, I want you to go take a quiz. I want to find out who you are, just who you are with money. You're going to come back in one of 4 profiles. After that, you'll have a video, me telling you what to do, followed by an application. It's going to take a few seconds to fill out, and that will get you an opportunity to talk to one of my senior team members about how we can support you and how you can even be part of our NFT launch immediately. Super excited. Can't wait for you to join this asset class. Talk to you tomorrow.